Assalamu alaikum. You are watching YouTube channel The Legal Hub. Today I will discuss a new topic. This topic is very important in public international law, and this topic is very helpful for law students and for all public who want to know about public international law. This topic plays very crucial or essential role in the world legal system or between the sovereign states, and we will discuss about this topic in detail and try to teach the whole public or student to understand this topic, the concept of this topic. This topic is about law of treaties. Law of treaties plays vital role in public international law, and treaty is a source of international law and its primary source of international law. Like domestic law, international law hasn't any constitution, so it's rely on sources. There are 5 sources of public international law, like international customs, international treaties, general law, general principles, also international judicial decisions and scholarly publications or articles. These are the sources of public international law, and international law totally rely upon it. And treaty, law of treaty is one of them, and it plays significant role in public international laws. So in this video we shall discuss about the definition of law of treaty, what about treaty. Then we shall discuss the nature of treaty, and after that I will tell you about the function of treaty so that you can understand it very simply and easily. Viewers, firstly we tell about the definition of treaty. If we explore the definition of treaty, then treaty is a formal legally binding agreement between sovereign states or international organizations governed by Vienna Convention on the Law of Treaties 1969. And according to Vienna Convention on the Law of Treaties 1969, Article 21A, it says that treaty is an international agreement which is concluded between states in a written form and governed by international law. And this Vienna Convention on the Law of Treaties 1969 is drafted by UN Law Commission. Now the question arises, Vienna Convention on the Law of Treaties 1969, whether it play important role for global treaties? Yes, we can say that it play very important role, because Vienna Convention on the Law of Treaties 1969 is a key or foundational treaty which provides comprehensive framework for creation, interpretation, application or modification or termination of treaties between the state. So it is a lifeblood of public international law, and public international law rely upon it. There are many examples of treaties like Indus Water Treaty between Pakistan and India. You can quote many examples like Paris Agreement, Montreal Agreement, Camp David Accord, WTO, WHO. We can quote many examples of treaties, and these treaties help to run the affair of states. So treaty are very important, and Vienna Convention of the Law of Treaties is also very important, and it is guided by a key principle, pacta sunt servanda. Agreement must be kept. Agreement between the state must be performed in a good faith. This key principle of Vienna Convention on the Law of Treaty is guided how to make treaty. And also this convention also tells us that obligation is must, because treaty is binding nature and it is binding for all states who ratify it. And if you reject it or if you withdraw it, then you may face consequences. Now, the purpose of treaty is to address dispute resolution, to promote cooperation, and to maintain peace and order. Now let's come to tell about the nature of treaties. Viewers, the nature of treaty is it's a legal instrument, it's a binding nature, voluntary nature, and it has two types. One type is bilateral treaty and second type is multilateral treaty. Bilateral treaty is that treaty which is an agreement between two states, and multilateral treaty is that treaty which is an agreement between multi-states. So it's also applied in diverse areas like promoting human rights, trade, investment, technology, environmental protection, and dispute resolution, and there are many places where it can apply. Now it also linked with domestic law, and when treaty in a few countries before ratifying it, there is compulsory to take permission from parliament, and it is necessary to legislate or to make an act before ratifying this treaty, like UK dual system where its ratification from its approval from parliament is necessary. Now we were in a very short span of time, very shortly I will tell you about the function of treaties. Now we can say that it's a regulation of international relation. It provides a framework for peaceful coexistence between the states. Its best example is Treaty of Westphalia 1648, which laid down the foundation of sovereign states. It also provides a framework to solve dispute resolution. When at international level between the states, if any dispute arises, then this treaty is very helpful to regulate or to solve these issues in a positive manner. And we can say it, the best example of this dispute resolution and very famous example is Treaty of Versailles 1919 after World War I. It resolved the dispute between Allied and Axis forces. The aim of this treaty is to address the consequences of war and to establish peaceful world. With this treaty are also very helpful to promote cooperation in that context, that in trade, in economy, in business, in human rights. It also established international standards. It defined the international behavior, like during war, how to behave with prisoners, how to behave with civilians, how to behave with wounded peoples. And it also very helpful to codify laws, like we can say it that diplomatic immunity was a custom which was codified into law and which established Vienna Convention on the law of treaties. So guys, treaties are foundational element for the promotion or the regulation or the governance or the operation or the running of public international law, and it's a major source. It's like constitution, and it is very helpful to resolve all the matters.